Hello guys, hi, welcome to stream again. Hello, Kuttichathan, hello. Hmm. Anyways, hello. ഇന്നത്തെ സ്ട്രീം ടൈറ്റിൽ വെരി ഓബ്വിയസ് ഐ തിങ്ക്. ഞാൻ ഓബ്വിയസ് ആക്കാൻ നോക്കുവാണെല്ലാം, ബട്ട് ഹോപ്പ്ഫുള്ളി ദേ ആർ ഓബ്വിയസ്. എനിവേസ് ഞാൻ ഓടെ ഒന്ന് പറയട്ടെ. ബെസ്റ്റ് ഒറ്റ സെക്കൻഡ്, എനിക്ക് മിക്കവാറും ഒന്ന് ഓക്കെ. ബേസിക്കലി ഒന്നുമില്ല, ഞാൻ വൺ പീസ് ലൈവ് ആക്ഷൻ കണ്ടു തുടങ്ങി. ആൻഡ് ഇഫ് ഐ എം ബീങ് ഓണസ്റ്റ്, it ain't half bad. Like there are some elements I don't like about, like one important element I don't like is they didn't bring like this one character that I loved into the show. Yeah, but there are some criticisms I have for the show, but overall it's a pretty decent show. So I guess sniper rifle 5 headshots. Oh shit, ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴാണ് ഒരു കാര്യം ആലോചിച്ചത്. ഹലോ ഓക്കെ മൈക്ക് വർക്ക് ആവുന്നുണ്ട്.
Vanilla World of Warcraft was a special time to be online in 1980s, and what medieval society would be complete without the constant fear of demonic influence brainwashing the youth? Not to be confused with the religious influence brainwashing the adults.
But they take the pieces of the game, they would throw them in the incinerator or the fireplace, and screams would come out because there seemed to be some kind of spiritual forces inhabiting those pieces, and children would drop out of life. They didn't want to study.
On June 9th, 1982, 16-year-old D&D player Irving Pulling committed suicide. His story sadly echoes that of Egbert's, an intelligent yet disturbed youth whose interest in Dungeons and Dragons somehow superseded his status as a social outcast with sociopathic tendencies as the root of his problems. Soon after, his mother Patricia Pulling founded the organisation BAD, short for Bothered About Dungeons and Dragons, which is a very mild name.
Safety first, years.
And then, of course, Patricia had rolled a nat 1 while investigating the game, and didn't think that it had caused Irving to
Whoever said the sky is the limit never left the
She
ground.
thought the game had literally put a curse on, possibly as a coping mechanism.
Let's not finish quickly. Where's the fun in that?
Was an ever-present concern, seducing the youth of America with gaming. Patricia Pulling wasn't content with just Patricia pulling this shit in some local newspaper or her church group either. And through sheer determination as well as lack of an actual hobby like Dungeons and Dragons, she managed to weasel her way into positions where she could actively ruin other people's lives. These included becoming a consultant to the police, where she kindly provided for teenagers who could potentially be involved in Satanism, which was so vague and open-ended that it essentially describes every teenager. Mrs. Pulling even managed to fit 2 lives into her title
Activating jump drive.
when she was brought on as an undisturbed witness for several D&D-related cases. One such case was the trial of D&D murderer Darren Mollett, where she was brought in to explain to the jury a Dungeons and Dragons game, which would be like any Dungeons and Dragons player. It seems even Patricia knew she was full of shit.
Did I get a sniper?
Removing the quote from one of his classmates that noted he had a lot of problems in that weren't associated. He created these pamphlets to help misinformed school staff from the Shirty fabric featuring all your favorite characters: Deez, Joe, Bofa, and Sagol. We have these other things too. I mean, it's just merch. Wear it all, burn it for warmth. I don't really care. This video is probably going to get limited ads because I'm talking about some touchy subjects, so any support would be greatly appreciated. Okay, sport, good chat. Between Patricia's kooky crusade and the media storm drummed up by William Dare's hypothesis on the Easter case,
Welcome to the. We must defend this
Dungeons
zone.
and Dragons was being dealt a one-two punch that they would struggle to recover from. Of course, these scandals were essentially
Mama's got a brand new
what was
bag.
until then a relatively niche hobby. Right before the Steam Tunnel incident, the basic set might have sold 5,000 copies a month. By the end of 1979, over 30,000. And when you go out, unsurprisingly, aren't ones that adhere to the recommendations of their church-going elders who presumably wanted them to spend their days staring at them. And then some game full of demons and witchcraft and fantasy battles that you definitely shouldn't check out. Deterrent they thought it would be. In the end, Patricia Pullen only ever helped advertise Dungeons and Dragons. Her
We neutralized their
organisation
zone.
Bad effectively
And I
disbanding
feel
in
just
1997
awful about
following
it.
her death, after she presumably received a curse while playing a game of Uno. Anyone who's slung icosahedron with the game before has almost certainly encountered some version of these people willfully ignore the collaborative
Enemy
aspect
here.
of Dungeons and Dragons and instead set out to create Dickweed Dan's amazing main character syndrome adventure, starring all these assholes who take forever to do their turns when I could be playing instead. Tabletop RPGs can be a unique litmus test for friendship. Whether together or trying heroism, from otherwise reasonable people. But what about when your D&D playgroup is routinely broadcast to the entire world for millions to see? Such was the case with Critical Role. For those who have been living under a stone wall, Critical Role is a weekly game of Dungeons and Dragons, played by a number of professional voice actors and broadcast. The world's most famous game of
Recharging my shields.
with their Dungeon Master, Matt Mercer, considered the gold standard that Dungeon Masters the world over.
Enemy right here.
These days, Critical Role is a titan of a show, with Matt and his Twitch accounts over the course of their second campaign. Of course, the reason I'm even talking about any of this is that with 8 players, during their first campaign, joined by fellow voice actor Orion Mercado, famous for his role as Rico Rodriguez in Just Cause 4. Additional voices voiced video game. And of course, Tiberius Stormwind, his character in Critical Role. Tiberius was a dragonborn sorcerer, a powerful spellcaster and bombastic character who won over the fanbase early on. However, with a bit of hindsight in our post-9/11 world, it's easy to see that Orion
Halfway
began
to a
to
win.
slip into the usual
Do
trap
this
of
all
being their version. One of the most infuriating habits was metagaming. And here's where the distinction between Dungeons and Dragons being a game and a storytelling experience. Characters should have no way of knowing, in almost any other way, coming prepared with earning the praise of your teammates. But in D&D, googling the Yandere Dev monster to discover that it's weak to mild criticism undermines the experience for everyone else and destroys the illusion that your dungeon master is trying so hard to build. Tiberius is apparently clairvoyant and would nip out for a smoke during fights against none of which
Our
Tiberius
zone's
could
been
not.
neutralized.
This stemmed from Orion's belief
attack
that the
this zone.
DM is more of an adversary to be outwitted as opposed to a storytelling number. If metagaming is in the woodlands outside the castle of cheating, punching dice rolls is sitting atop the cheating throne and subjugating the local townsfolk. And Orion was just as happy to lie about his dice rolls if it meant that Tiberius got to be 4% more of a Mary Sue. There were several situations where it appears that he either re-rolled unfavourable dice or changed them with his hand after they had landed, requiring the other members to literally watch his rolls in later episodes to make sure he wasn't cheating.
Oh, I'll count that. 19.
Pick me up, deployed.
Why didn't you
Damn
get
it,
it?
Jen.
Because it
Think
flew out of
about
my
it, you
hand.
deployed. Mind your car keys.
Ironically, these attempts to make his character cooler only made them more
Like a
unlikable,
thermite.
and this sort of behaviour would get you kicked out of any D&D table in a Las Vegas casino.
Setting
These
up
bad
shop.
habits were partially attributed to Orient being afflicted with character syndrome, where a player believes they're playing a single-player RPG, where their character is the star and constantly deserving of the
Recharging
limelight,
shield.
and all these other guys are just here to alley up them some slam dunks. There were times when he would swoop in and try and steal the thunder from a cool moment that another player was experiencing.
Past the recordings, barely manages to miss by a segment.
Let me just see if I got it.
I was about to say this. Tigers is going to have trouble. Okay, see it.
Recharging my shield.
Please send it out.
As well as a ridiculous incident where he blew up that fan and made a t-shirt based on Episode 27, Orion's finally
That zone is ours now.
chipper cast, deflated and smelly. The following episode, Orion is conspicuously absent, with Matt filling in as his character Tiberius, who has conveniently decided to go off on his own.
Time to turn up the
Shows
heat.
us one last time.
Enemy right here.
He's leaving to go.
Grenade out. Frag out.
My planet needs
Look out. Enemy here.
Following this in-game send-off, as well as official confirmation that Orion would no longer be joining, the Quick Roll fandom, for instance, became overrun with rampant speculation. The vagueness of the official statement, fans began trawling through previous episodes, social media accounts, and forum posts from the crew to try and pinpoint exactly what could have caused the split. In 2017, over a year after leaving the show,
Jump drive
Orion
set.
made a now deleted Instagram explaining, in his own words, why he left. According to him, it came down to
Recharging shield.
of course, his departure happened immediately following his His health wasn't the only reason for his retirement. Following his departure, Orion retained the rights to the character of Tiberius and went on to make the radio show he had always wanted to, where Tiberius is the main character and gets loads of chicks and is super cool and has all the powers of Sonic, but is more powerful than Sonic, and him.
Jump drive set.
They're also because of this IP retention, Tiberius has effectively been scrubbed from most retellings of Campaign 1, including the upcoming animated series. Somewhat various never receiving any of the rewards they paid for. There are also allegations surrounding him spending money on stream on himself, as well as some very disturbing
We took their
messages shared
zone.
by
Admit it. Feels good together.
well, many scandals that resulted in discussions around outside of his appearance on the show being blacklisted such as Facebook. To this day, the cast of Critical Role commented
Jump
next to
drive out.
nothing on the situation. Save for confirming
Box three,
Orion
I got radar
won't be
lock.
returning to the show.
Charging on my shield.
And some super sleuths noticing Matt liking a few tweets condemning Orion's recent actions. Critical Role, meanwhile, continued
out.
on their gradual rise to
frag.
fame. The crew now ranking in massive viewership on
Anyone
both
need a
Twitch and
pick-me-up?
YouTube, with the
Shields
aforementioned
recharging.
animated series premiering early next year and their third campaign currently underway. In the end, it appears that Orion's role really wasn't that critical after all. After more mini scandals, you can choose between World of Warcraft scandals or Magic the Gathering
We're halfway
scandals.
there.
See if
We
you
gotta
can
knock
guess
it up
which
a
one has
notch.
the sweatier
They're about to
fabulous.
win.
Are there
About to
any
hit you with an
D&D
EMP.
scandals you'd like to see me cover in a part 2?
Fox 3, missile off the rails.
Pick me up's taking us to new heights, new team.
Zone A has been captured.
Easy. Easy.
Apex champions.
Hmm.
Hideo Kojima sits alongside the most influential game creators of all time. He pioneered a whole new genre, stealth, with Metal Gear, and solidified it with Metal Gear Solid. And his knack for crafting expansive, deep, and often confusing storylines is well known within the gaming community.
Falcon Punch!
After going through the bullcrap with Konami and the awful way they treated him and his departure, Kojima set his sights on a new project, exclusive to the PS4. And while diehard fans were throwing shade at Konami for their abhorrent Metal Gear Survive, they waited with bated breath to see what Kojima had in store. Death Stranding, a bold, innovative title that Kojima envisioned would create a new genre of games, was teased to the public. After years of waiting and speculation, it released, and the results were polarizing. Very polarizing. But what is it about Death Stranding that leaves people either loving it or despising it? How could Kojima do wrong? What's up with the story and all that weird stuff? And most importantly, how did the game happen? Well, let's saddle up our cargo, plug in our BB, and cringe our way straight into this. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where the Death Stranding, a cataclysmic event, allowed beach things to appear in the world of the living. Does that sound confusing? Yeah, it is. Tons of bad stuff.
Get ready.
There's
an enemy close by. Recharging my shields.
Just topping off my shields.
Package being delivered. Sponsored by Chevron.
A bang would set planets spinning.
I'm no English teacher, but I've got to deduct points for the repetitive use of the word explosion. Please.
Recharging shields.
Charging my shields.
You're not feeling so good, kid.
Naal assist.
And it's clear that some horrible disease is killing them quickly. This is a pretty cool scene. It sets the dreary tone very well. Yes,
activating jump drive.
Is called Timefall, and it causes aging and death to whatever living thing it touches, except plants.
Thermite out. Recharging shields.
Wear masks. Become prepared. Oh God! Run!
Look out! Enemy here.
Walk around some more. And they keep
Recharging
walking.
my shields.
Looks like the whole Death Stranding is trying to which makes things much easier for the
7
enemy.
assist.
And they can't
Best
see
team
anything
രണ്ടുപേരില്ലേ?
either. And they also walk on giant human hands, or they have giant hands for feet. They only leave one print at a time, and the thumb is clearly...
Jump drive in position.
From the tracks and it walks like this.
Tossing thermite.
Hilarious.
Just because it is death, it does not
Really? 9 assists. 9 assists. 9 assists.
So when you have a fictional sci-fi world
Stopping off my
that's
shield.
weird and unnatural,
Jump drive in position.
the protagonist is as familiar with the setting as we are. It makes it easier to explain how the world works. It's done in like Star Wars.
Tossing thermite. Recharging my shields. Target there.
Lord of the But Death
Oh.
Stranding starts spouting out jargon.
10 assist. 11 assist. Really?
Tears. Chiral allergy.
A what allergy?
So, you have dooms.
I do? Tell me what that is.
Tossing thermite.
Really? R31 is that bad, huh?
Why are you eating bugs right now? Why are you eating bugs? Because Sam already knows this stuff. The dialogue comes off as forced. You're loading the player with information and things they don't understand. And yet, problem with Death
Tossing an arc star. Jump drive
potentially enjoy it.
out. Recharging shields.
Just stopping off my shield.
The game intrigues the player, establishes likable characters, and gives us a taste of the best gameplay it has to offer. It's easy to stick around. Death Stranding does the
Recharging my shields.
Stopping off my shield.
ഇത് damage ആയിരുന്നു.
It's kind of weird. Throughout the prologue, we are bombarded with terms and concepts that don't make sense to us and raise countless questions.
Just stopping off my shield.
Raiders to the north.
Why do we have to take this corpse out and burn it?
Got him on ice ASAP. Who knows when he'll come back?
What does going necro?
All that high road in the air so close to town.
Recharging my shields.
Yeah.
Why does the burn question
Yeah, വീണ്ടും ഒരു assist. Yeah.
that bad to do close to the city? Why do people keep crying? Why are you carrying an unborn child in a breathing pod, you sicko? How is that supposed to help us? Why does a bridge baby allow us to see BTs? If the sound of breathing a loud ass noise and
Jump drive.
arm droid alert them. There's a void out.
Target there.
President is dead just by smelling it.
Recharging my shields.
Foreign terminology. If the characters are complaining, most off-putting thing about Death Stranding
Recharging
is the
shields.
characters and the way they're written. Totally repelled me me from the story. There are parts that I've had to cringe myself out of the world of the living just to maintain my sanity.
Recharging my shields.
Guillermo del Toro did a great job as Deadman, but even he's a whack job. Sam to make us whole again. No thanks.
Don't drive out.
Make us whole again.
Unlikable
Just because
characters
it is
ever
dead.
in a video
Okay.
game.
Not mean
He's a
it should
straight
be
up
left.
13 assist.
very
Okay.
distant and quiet. Doesn't even engage in conversation when people spill their hearts out.
Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me.
Do you kiss your mother with that
Cute.
Early on, Sam somehow kills his own mom.
Just topping off my shields.
So instead of hooking her up,
Thermite out.
crying then, Sam.
Recharging my shields.
The monster walked by, but not when your own mother passed away. As a result of your actions. Come to think of it, how come there's no medical staff next to the President of the United States while she's in critical condition? Were they all just
Recharging my
waiting
shields.
for her to die? I mean, he doesn't even care. Nobody else seems to either. And there's Fragile. It's just like... Start showering. Sleep. It's like, dude, sick. It's your own place. Mom character prattles on about how she remembers being in the womb. It's just grating. Just referred to.
Recharging my shields.
Don't get me
Topping off my shields.
What's his motivation? Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Tossing jump drive.
Put it in the game.
I don't watch killing
But he doesn't like his face.
Recharging my shields. Recharging shields.
Oh, അതെന്ത്
Obnoxious
salvo
tutorials.
ആയിരുന്നു.
Writers and animators get lazy and resort to MMO story,
ടീമായിരുന്നു.
which is code for people constantly.
Tossing an arc star.
Don't give a shit.
Aw,
As a
you're
result
not
of this
feeling so
bizarre
good,
writing
kid.
and dialogue, it's hard to connect with the characters or even understand them.
How do you turn wandering around into fun and exciting gameplay? That was the question. What
Just
he should
topping
have
off
been
my
asking himself is, why am I trying to make a hiking simulator?
Seriously, the reason we play video games is so we can do things we can't in real life,
Tossing thermite.
right? Because
Activating
gameplay
jump
is
drive.
Death Stranding. Here is the good
Jump drive in position. Recharging my shields.
turning into a horror-style game. Delivery side of
ഹീൽ ചെയ്തോണ്ടിരുന്നു ഞാൻ ഫുൾ റീചാർജ് എടുത്തിട്ട് പോയാൽ മതിയായിരുന്നു. 8 അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് എനിക്ക് ലോബി 30 കിലോ തീർത്തു. So I guess I did some.
don't need them and picking up the right stuff is interesting. The multiplayer aspect is a neat concept, being able to aid other players. Actions and structures you make in Death Stranding can appear in other players' worlds. The more you help,
We have our Apex champions.
turn the scene big. It's nice to lend a helping hand. When you take on multiple others, planning routes and main missions, there's a lot of risk-reward factors. Picking up lost cargo and delivering it for resources and likes. The like system in general is pretty cool. I love the whole construction aspect of it. Generators, bridges, ladders. It wouldn't be a Kojima game without a stealth element. Truth be told, it's pretty fun encountering BTs. You're on your toes as the music creeps into your brain and the little arm droid starts flickering wildly as you get close to them. Running into the mules is pretty intense as well. These guys will throw electric spears at you, shoot you, try to steal your packages.
I guess ഇന്നത്തേക്ക് ഞാൻ നിർത്താം. പെട്ടി ഞാൻ പിന്നെ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാം. എന്തായാലും എനിക്ക് പെട്ടിക്ക് സമയമുണ്ട്.
Overall, it is a beautiful game.
പെട്ടിക്ക് എത്ര?
Just like real hiking,
3
you see some incredible views.
ഇല്ല 20 2 7 27 ദിവസം മതി. ഇപ്പോ ബാലൻസ് പാസ് എത്ര ദിവസം ഉണ്ട്? 57 more than 30 days too. So ഞാൻ ഇന്നത്തേക്ക് Apex നിർത്താം. I guess എൻ്റെ ഒരു കളി സ്മൈറ്റ് കളിക്കാം.
All right, now let's talk about the bad of Death Stranding. You do a lot of this. In the same way that Sam takes on the difficulty of delivering packages, so too is the player burdened by excessive mechanics and tutorials. Just as I have the unfortunate task of reviewing Death Stranding. If you want to get an idea of just how many different mechanics Death Stranding implements, go to the tips section and look. There are hundreds of them. You'll spend the same amount of time trying to keep track of the story. You got the views you were after, so pay up. You're crying to the subs, Pally. Guess who's waking up over here? Time to cash out. Will you get it over with? Maybe cons liked Fallout 4, but I ain't a fink. Dig? You've clicked on your last video, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this review. From where you're viewing, it must seem like an 18-karat run of bad clickbait. Truth is, New Vegas was awesome from the start. The Fallout series is easily one of the most recognized and beloved in all of gaming. With its nihilistic tone, diverse characters and factions, all with deep history and lore, Fallout defines the word nuclear. Nuclear? I mean, just look at how cute Vault Boy.
Wait, what? Kimini Todoke Season 3? What? How? When? Why?
You know, because post-apocalyptic stories aren't usually happy.
Kills dog.
But in Fallout, you've got this really dark sense of
fuck?
humor.
Nick, when? Emil? What?
You're desecrating a war memorial.
You're a little bitch.
Let's go, baby, let's go. Third season of Kimini Todoke. Wait, why is this art like this?
What an accomplishment New Vegas is. We gotta head down to the strip,
2024.
baby. Why are people able to put thousands of hours into this single game?
Let's go, Kimini Todoke. Ah, yes, let's go, Sadako. Ayo. Kawaii na.
And why did this snazzy-looking man just shoot me
Egyptian.
in the face? Well, let's patrol the Mojave Wasteland, grab our Pip-Boy, and make our last delivery kid straight into this. first 2 Fallouts releasing in back-to-back years, another 10, and a complete buyout of the IP from Bethesda to turn Fallout into what it is today.
Oh, let's go. Ah. Let's see.
It is I, Ra.
Something that 2 and 1 had. It's difficult for any developer to snatch a series away from its creators and still keep the same feeling and identity. Often we end up with something that feels like a knockoff. Other times the world is tortured with the release of something like, believe it or not, Fallout already has a cheap knockoff. It's called 76. Honestly, Bethesda deserves a lot of credit for taking the series into 3D. If you don't like 3, just remember you wouldn't have Vegas without it. There was room for improvement. While Bethesda was busy developing the only good game that released for the next 2 years, in 2008, they reached out to the city with an exceptional offer.
Fallout 3. A lot of people like Fallout 3. So the experience should feel familiar to them.
Obsidian didn't have time to reinvent the wheel. What we ended up with was more like
You
a
മനസ്സിലായില്ല.
spin-off
What the shit?
expansion, since it looks, feels, and plays almost identical on a technical level. Bethesda couldn't have contracted a studio better for the job. Coincidentally, Obsidian was made up of many who worked on the originals. Clearly, this was a team that understood Fallout's identity, something that Bethesda is really struggling with nowadays. Obsidian also made Knights of the Old Republic.
We have been watched, and you have all been judged as irredeemable. I bring the heavenly armies to purge this land.
Not being fucked up.
Good luck. Minions have spawned. Submit or perish. Okay. Face me. Darkness feels the way. Submit or perish. Here. So the flames of war rise there. First blood. Do you have extra armor for my wings? I will not suffer your presence. Burning light! Submit or perish. Here! Face me.
You have slain an enemy! One less obstacle on our journey.
Assessing escape vectors.
Submit or perish. This artifact hums with energy. The darkness steals away.
Assessing escape vectors.
Blaze of glory!
An enemy has returned.
Choice. Immediately I could tell there were tons of
Submit or perish. Power is corrupting and very tempting.
Why does my gun only fire when it feels like it?
The darkness steals away. Here, I will not submit. Burning light. Be careful, face me. The darkness steals away.
An enemy has been slain.
Burning light.
Special, pun intended, is just how many
This artifact hums with energy. Blaze of glory.
But what about the perks, baby? Let's do a little comparison. This is how many perks were in the original form.
The darkness steals away. Face me.
An ally has made the ultimate sacrifice.
Burning light.
One less obstacle on our journey.
Steals away.
These two foes down, a countless army to go.
Power is corrupting and very tempting. The darkness steals away.
like the Knights of the Round have a new opening. Interested?
Face me.
An ally has been slain.
I will not suffer your presence. This artifact hums with energy.
Oh, Gebbadone complete Giga Chad building.
The darkness heals the way.
Thrice they have been challenged. Thrice they have been overcome. Killing spree! When a fellow knight falls, a true leader picks up their slack.
Submit all their instructions.
Thrice they have been challenged. Thrice they have been overcome. Killing spree!
Come on. Another escape.
Looks like the Knights of the Round have a new opening. Interested?
Heals the way.
The scoundrel falls! Press onward! An enemy has been slain!
The darkness heals the way. Blaze of glory.
Valiant Tempest, Avalon waits. An ally has been slain. An ally has made the ultimate sacrifice. One less obstacle on our journey. Double kill.
Minions have reached your portal. I will not suffer your presence. Submit all perish. Face me. The darkness heals not away.
An enemy has been slain. One less obstacle on our journey. Cleaved in twain. Looks like the Knights of the Round have a new opening. Interested?
Face me.
Double kill.
I am feeling a little gas.
works up this. Our enemies falter.
Oh, ഇന്ന് മറ്റേ ഇത് വരുമല്ലേ മാസാമോനെ.
An ally has been slain. Who foes down a countless army? Thrice they have been challenged. Thrice they have been overcome. Killing spree!
Thanks. The darkness eons away.
In pursuit. Repositioning.
An enemy has been slain. Cleaved in twain. One less obstacle on our journey. Right, they have been challenged. Right, an ally has made the ultimate sacrifice. We must avenge.
The darkness eons away.
A knight, an enemy has been slain.
Top damage ചെയ്യാൻ ഓക്കെ ടോപ്പ് ഡാമേജ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഓക്കെ ഗ്രേറ്റ്.
Bonus round. Get ready to fight. Five, four, three, two, one. Fight. The darkness eons has left the game.
One less obstacle on our journey. Double kill. Our foes are no match for our strength. Looks like the Knights of the Round have a new opening. Interesting. Cleaved in twain. Thrice they have been challenged. Thrice they have been overcome. Killing spree!
Okay, that also over.
Instead, Pearl says,
Nice.
hey, here's 10 things you can do, but you only gotta do
Not the need.
like helping a dude find a girlfriend, raising an old bomber from the lake, talking
About Knight Lancelot. Okay, mining cable. Great. Only one problem. ആ ബണ്ടിൽ വാങ്ങിയാലേ അതിനുള്ള ഒരു ഗുഡ് കിട്ടൂ.
they explode if you shoot them with energy weapons. But also, if you have enough repair skill, you can make a sonic emitter that'll kill them.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
This is the new Vegas secret to
Lancelot ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടല്ലേ ഇതുവരെ. So
every storyline consisting of so many different.
Anyways, ഇത് തൽക്കാലത്തേക്ക് നിർത്താം. And I will play കുറച്ച് Siege.
No quest is ever as straightforward as it seems. There's one where you're hired as a guard for the Van Graff's weapons store, and you have to decide who to let in. If you let this guy in, Allahu Akbar. Turns out he's a suicide bomber.
They're all dead.
One of my favorite happens in Camp McCarran, where you come across Dr. Hildern, who says, hey buddy, go recover some data from an old vault. There's a lot of plants in there and it's really cool. Well, that sounds like a straightforward fetch quest.
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment.
I just said that. As soon as you walk out the door, his assistant stops you and says, one of the other scientists Hildern sent out there hasn't returned. If you go back to him and ask with enough speech, he'll tell you he sent at least 8 other people there.
I have no evidence that they're dead. 1,000 things could have happened between here and the vault.
Oh, none have returned? Gee, I wonder if anything weird is going on over at Vault 22. Using this knowledge, you can negotiate for
Try our mind-breakingly good.
Spending a little bit of extra time talking to people, you've not only learned more about the quest and the story and potential danger, you've gotten a better reward for doing it.
I see.
We see that the plants have grown throughout the entire vault, creating these spore crawlers and other nasty plants. Terminals are scattered everywhere, detailing what happened, how this got out of control, and you find the missing scientist Keely and the data. She wants you to destroy it so that nobody else uses this to weaponize it, and now the motivations of Hildern become clear. You can lie to Keely and not force a fight, take the data back to Hildern and just forget about it, or you can destroy the data and return to him empty-handed. New Vegas has so much more going on behind the scenes than it's willing to admit, but if the player is thorough, they can uncover it. It's the most authentic, choose-your-own-adventure story ever told in gaming. That said, yes, you can kill everyone, except children, of course. That wouldn't be fun. Most of the story is all about who you help and why, but being a selfish asshole and killing everyone is literally always an option too.
Someone's been murdered! Man down!
And that's what's so cool. The game doesn't break if you kill Doc Mitchell, only your heart will.
I love you!
New Vegas has incredible writing and characters, but what makes it dynamic is how the story adjusts to your actions. Nobody is so important that the game has to arbitrarily block you from killing them.
You triggered my trap card!
If you kill Kaisar or the president of the NCR, they still wage war against each other, just led by different people. It's possible to get an ending slideshow where all the main characters narrate their deaths at the hands of the courier. There is a contingency though. Obviously the player needs certain information, so oftentimes there's like notes or journals. You should just silence them before. What's awesome is how NPCs react to your actions throughout the game.
Caesar's dead. They didn't see this coming. He was having his coffins.
The Legion's aggression will outlive us. Indeed, they'll try to take the dam as a tribute to his memory.
You know that Legion furry Vulpes you meet in Nipton? Well, you're supposed to talk to him later on after you meet Mr. House. But if you kill him, then another Legion guy takes his place and mentions it.
Your crimes against the Legion, including the death of the fearless Vulpes and Kulta, are hereby forgiven.
Recruiting Boone will often make NCR troopers say, wish I had a first recon guy looking after me. Once you get the platinum chip, you don't even have to talk to Mr. House. You can just straight up murder him. Killing him before anyone asks you to will give unique dialogue that you wouldn't get otherwise.
Let's see. Mr. House was a concern, but someone conveniently dealt with it for us. Oh, that reminds me. You might be happy to know that your efforts haven't gone unnoticed.
The world at New Vegas is always changing around you. Where you go, who you ally with, what groups you destroy, the weapons you use, and how you build your character. It all matters and makes New Vegas engaging from start to finish. Every playthrough is gonna be different. This is the ultimate sandbox game.
I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other.
But for all its successes, New Vegas
Oh shit, na queue ചെയ്തില്ലേ?
time getting to the good stuff.
The right stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think the writing is spectacular, but sometimes I just want to shoot things. So often you'll run into a character, ask a simple question about a man in a checkered suit, and they'll be like, oh, that guy? Let me tell you about my life story first. If you don't explore off the beaten path, you'll be begging for engineers to animate. But things do get rolling. The action's intense.
Okay, let's go. Okay. So I think I know how the thing works now. Like, Thorn and Sadhanam. And I realize why it doesn't trigger correctly. അത് കേറുമ്പോഴല്ല അതിന്റെ AOE ഇരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ്. So it's ideally better to തറയിൽ എറിയൽ. These codecs. എനിക്കിത് പെട്ടെന്ന് തീർത്തിട്ടാണോ? ഇന്ന് കുറേ ആനിമെ കാണാനുണ്ട്. വണ്ടർ ഹീറോ ഇന്നാണ്. ഓ ശരിയാ, വണ്ടർ ഹീറോ ഇന്നാണ് വരുന്നത്. വണ്ടർ ഹീറോ കാണണം, ഇത് കാണണം. ഏത് വണ്ടർ ഹീറോ കാണണം, മാസമനെക്കൊൻ കാണണം, ഒക്കാഷിനോ തെൻഷി കാണണം, ഡ്രീമിംഗ് ബോയ്സ് യുമെ വരുവ ഗെൻജിത്സു റീൻഫോഴ്സ് ആയി കിടക്കുന്നത്.
Down to 10 seconds.
EDD primed. Stammer clear.
5 seconds.
Setting a
Camera
razor
feed
shot.
up and running.
Fire for damage.
You got makeshift energy weapons, things that people probably
Camera in position.
Razor shell out. Ready to pop.
Camera feed up and running.
Shield ready.
any part of it was realistic or not. Tell you, just so you know, I hate the Legion, and I'll murder each of you. It's great, Boone. I'm gonna leave you here and go strike a deal with Kyle. You can sneak in. Every weapon is given a roll, and
ലയൺ ആണ് ബ്ലാക്ക് ബീഡ് എന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച്.
some weapons like the flare gun have unique properties. Others pierce armor better. There's one pistol that calls down a laser from the sky. A mysterious magnum that plays a jam every time you pull it out. The Gatling laser is something Jesus Christ would use through ammo like nothing else. Some melee items like the don't dump points into the melee skill. Boy, cast didn't last long. In my playthrough, I rocked everything from grenade launchers to snipers, revolvers, shotguns,
എക്കോ ഉണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ടീമില്.
machine guns. It's a
Bravo.
beautiful dance of death. And you. But I gotta
ക്വിക്ക് മാച്ചസ് കളിക്കാം. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ പെട്ടെന്ന് ഒരു ഇതുണ്ടാവും, പെട്ടെന്ന് തീർന്ന് അറിയാൻ പറ്റും.
giant fire-breathing geckos, two-headed cows, radiated scorpions, dinosaurs. In the Mojave, you're bound to run into some drugged-out creatures, and it's such a neat detail that most of the animals are reptiles because
Changing mag.
reptiles like the desert. More importantly, New Vegas answers the question: what would happen to animals in evolution post-nuclear fallout? They just cluster the same enemy types.
Down to 15 seconds.
They're careful not to throw any
Reloading.
type at you too often. So
10 seconds to go.
is constantly throwing different things at you.
Op 4, last stop standing.
They all have weaknesses. This is where crippling wings comes in.
Time limit expired.
എൻ്റെ മോനെ എന്ത് ഈസി ഗെയിം, ഈസി ഈസി. കുറെ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഡിവൈസ് ഒക്കെ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന ആളാണ്. സോ ഐ ഗസ് ഞാൻ മ്യൂട്ട് എടുക്കാം അടുത്തത്.
But I guess in that case you need to find these things before you can exploit such a strategy. Well, I love the game's
നമ്മുടെ ടീമിൽ നിന്നുള്ളവൻ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയി. ഗ്രേറ്റ്.
AI is still pretty basic. I think New Vegas struggles to maintain a strong difficulty curve.
മ്യൂട്ട് എടുക്കാം. മ്യൂട്ട് ഐ തിങ്ക് ഇറ്റ്സ് ലൈക്ക് ദ ഫേസ് ഓഫ് R6 എൻ്റെ ഒപ്പീനിയനിൽ. കാരണം മ്യൂട്ടിൻ്റെ ഇത് ഈ തലയാണ് ഭയങ്കര ഐക്കോണിക്. സ്മോക്കും പിന്നെ അങ്ങനെയാണ്. ബട്ട്
Ancient Rome, futuristic Western, and World War II era. I'd say that game is probably that shit.
ലയൺ പിഗ് ആൻഡ് ഇൻഹ പന്നി ഉറുമ്പ് 2.
While the writers did a kick-ass job of molding all the factions together in a cohesive world, it's also in the level and world design that Obsidian went above and beyond. They took the setting of Vegas and slapped a post-nuclear skin over it, taking inspiration from real locations right down to the nitty
engage Op 4.
Camera in position.
Jam ready.
Razor wire up.
That's just insane. Now,
Ambush set. Stay clear.
10 seconds remaining.
Jam ready to activate.
5 seconds to insertion.
Shoot it if you need it.
ആളെയാ എന്റെ മ്യൂട്ട് ജാം അറിയുമോ പൊട്ടിക്കും നായ.
Deploying explosive ordnance. ECT primed. Clear.
so far away, makes New Vegas seem like a mystical place, which it is. One of the only locations that still holds a feeling of old-world civilization. Because of the setting and different themed casinos, the strip feels like an amusement park of sorts, an escape from the atmosphere outside. There's one quest where you can recruit people to perform in the coolest magnum in the world, but also see the names of the people you brought in. This is one of the many ways the level design changes actions. It proves that you can make an immersive world with cutting-edge graphics and AI, with Wild West style saloons, futuristic atomic.
One friendly operator remaining. One Op 4 remaining.
There's always something interesting. Then you go in and discover a quest, and that's what's so magical about these types of open world adventures. But
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
eventually you'll find something interesting or discover.
ഞാനൊരു കില്ലാടി തന്നെ.
After I confronted that son of a bitch Benny, I decided to give this cool cat a chance to explain himself. This two-time and Fink would double-cross me and send some hitmen my way.
What the fuck?
Now, however you choose to deal with Benny, it kickstarts the second act, and soon the player will get a chance to interact with each major faction. But we have a big question to answer.
Drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
Of
10 seconds to insertion.
Whether you realize
5 seconds before insertion.
this is asking a philosophical question about what the most ideal type of society is. This is how you put politics into a game and make it interesting.
There are literally 100,000 factions.
Loading magazine.
We're probably gonna have some of them. There's NCR, there's Legion, there's the PTA, Mickey Mouse Club, Alcoholics Anonymous is in my opinion.
But most get too real of the movie. What
Loading new magazine!
someone needs to step in. Well, let's meet the contestants. Mr. House,
Drone is ready.
New Vegas.
Great!
Secure
Talent field on the way.
the old soul of America.
Stand clear.
Democratic organization that suffers from
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
and yes man, an independent robot seeking to liberate New Vegas from the other three. But the Mojave is also made up of smaller but still important groups. The Great
Ratero
Plains,
going in.
a nomadic tribe of raiders and drug-dealing hippies.
Delicious.
The Brotherhood of Steel, a militarized secret society bent on
Right,
preserving technology and human knowledge. Now, Obsidian did a phenomenal job with personality and backstory. Obsidian answers the question, what kind of reload ashes in a post-apocalyptic world set around New Vegas? Impersonators, that's for sure.
The diffuser is now secured.
Cluster traps live.
'Cover the diffuser.
Alright, if it's for the greater good. So there you are, helping to rebuild America. You go back to the colonel and she says...
The diffuser is 15 seconds remaining.
Deploying charge!
You have dropped the diffuser. 5 seconds. We have been eliminated.
Democracy, liberty, freedom, law, and order. But everywhere you go, you hear people complaining about their lack of organization, the bureaucracy that prevents them from making real changes.
The NCR doesn't look like it's going to do anything about it anytime soon.
Some say the old world values they parade around are the same ones that led to nuclear war in the first place. As you travel, the areas controlled by the NCR are often plagued by raiders.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
എട്ട് മണിയായി കാണണം ബാക്കി കാണണം ഇത് what the fuck is this? How do I get in?
5 seconds to go.
At least the shotgun.
There's a shocking lack of diplomacy and discipline. Democratic society.
Claymore ready.
She's a lieutenant. You could say the NCR has good intentions, but it's hard to put faith in the way they operate. The NCR hasn't proven that their type of society will work long term.
California Republic. And that her father, Aaron, was the Republic's first president. Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship?
Caesar's Legion, led by one of the best written characters in gaming, the Legion operates.
Going for a drive.
By conquering smaller tribes, destroying their culture, merging everyone into a single.
One Op 4 remaining.
bag!
Out.
Drop the diffuser.
See crucified bodies wherever they go. Ask anyone and they'll tell you tales of murder.
Bastock.
One friendly operator remaining.
Resource acquired.
Che. On bus stop.
Stop.
Andu.
They'll tell you how they've been brainwashed to believe in this brutal society.
Right.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
തീർന്നില്ലേ? രണ്ട് അറ്റാക്ക്. ഓ പുല്ല്, നമ്മൾ ഡിഫൻസ് തുടങ്ങിയോണ്ട് അറ്റാക്കിന് തീർക്കണം അല്ലേ? ആളിയ ഫ്യൂസ് ആരും എടുത്തോണ്ട് പോയി. വീണ്ടും അമാറും എടുക്കാം.
the infight. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy, effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves. The idea.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location.
Despite all of ancient Rome's problems, it was one of the longest-lasting civilizations of all time. Is it really so bad to unify everyone under a single banner for the time being? Much like Rome in its glory days, the Legion doesn't have much trouble with it.
10 seconds before insertion.
It's a very structured society, and there is
Insertion in 5 seconds.
threat of force. But at the same time, Caesar is also just a man who found some ancient books and said, yeah, this will work for the next 1,000 years.
I spent 2 centuries searching for the
Reloading!
Thank for anything.
Give me that. No, sir.
And then there's Mr. House, the man responsible for saving proprietor ever since, restoring power to the city and moving
Spider-Man work ആവുന്നില്ല.
He's cunning, down upon the Legion and NCR as groups that haven't learned from the past.
So got it.
reignite the high technology development sector. To search for planets unpolluted by the wrath and folly of a bygone generation.
Loading bag! Blowing Claymore.
A dictator who's hidden himself from the rest of the world.
Starting shock drone.
He's also
അത് വേണോ ക്ലേമോർ നിന്റെ
so he doesn't have any plans to fix the rest of the Mojave's problems. He just wants Vegas to continue being what it is. Mr. House lacks the ambition for change the other factions have.
What I did to you is rotten. But if you think House, the NCR, or Caesar won't kill to put Vegas in their place, you really did blow out your brains.
And finally, there's the independent yes man.
Loading magazine!
You must recover the diffuser. Down to 1 friendly. One op 4 remaining.
Everywhere inside and out of Vegas will succumb to chaos and disorder. Damn, is that complex or what? This is why the 4 choices are so hotly debated amongst
The diffuser is now secured.
Which is the best option? It's entirely subjective.
15 seconds remaining.
A lot of the teams with the companions and factions.
10 seconds left. The diffuser has been
nice
secured.
try, nice try.
Withdraw the diffuser. All friendlies have been eliminated.
Choked defeat.
And yet, despite all their differences, there's one thing everyone has overlooked: war. You people have lived in this chaotic hellhole for 200 years, and you still haven't figured out why war is bad and you shouldn't do it? In Fallout New Vegas, the people still haven't learned to make peace, despite that being a constant reminder of the state they are in currently. Obsidian went to such great lengths to characterize each faction and make them feel real and compelling in their own way. It's such a profound game where different ideals and philosophies clash against each other. I find it immensely fitting that there is no peaceful solution in a game that begins with the words
War. War never changes. And so the courier who cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again.
Once you claim victory for the faction of your
Okay,
choice, the end
your
credits
team.
roll and let you know how you
Attacking ആരും തുടങ്ങിയെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. You will join a match that is already in progress. ലാഭം. എനിക്ക് അറ്റാക്കിംഗ് ഒരു റൗണ്ട് കളിക്കണ്ട. ലാഭം. Always welcome in my books. ഒരു 1vx situation. വാലറന്റ് ഇപ്പോഴും കളിക്കും. തല കൊണ്ട് അടിച്ചു പിടിച്ച്. No worry boys, no worry. Me here. Music കേട്ടു ഞാൻ. എന്താരും നിക് നെയിംസ് ഒന്നും ഇടാത്ത, എല്ലാവരും റിയൽ നെയിംസ് ഗ്യാങ്. ഓ എല്ലാവരും ഓരോരോ കാർഡ്. എൻ്റെ മോനെ വിഷയം.
Friendly drone deployed. Op 4 is reinforcing its location. Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Sending out Gemini.
Gemini's offline!
I had an Avatar The Last Airbender review all written and recorded back in September, but I just never followed through with it. What comes after?
Reloading!
I'll try to keep this going.
Okay. Okay. Pause it.
Playing video games? It's dark and trash about video games. It's like a historic pastime.
Friendly last operator standing. Bomb diffusion initiated.
Aliya, क्या करता है ये? So much low health. ഒരു ബ്രാസ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ബ്രാവ എന്താ ചെയ്യല ആക്ച്വലി? What does Brava do?
Mission failed.
Noobs. Sala noobs. Sala kutaka.
Loved 15-year reputation for $3.50 in-store credit. But one company's reputation in the gaming landscape is, or was, beyond legendary.
Kapkan boy, Thorn boy. Mute ഇടണമെന്നുണ്ട്. മാസി കളിക്കണം. എഡൂസി കളിക്കണം. കുറച്ച് ദിവസം മെലൂസി കളിച്ചിട്ട്.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
വീഡിയോ വെക്കാത്തടുത്ത് പോയിട്ട് ഞാൻ മെലൂസി
10 seconds.
Dreadmine out.
5 seconds and counting.
Alarm! Doorway trapped. Make clear of the corridor.
Divertiti! Deploying grenade!
Benchy is ready.
ക്യാമറ സെറ്റ്. ഞാൻ ഒരാൾ കൊന്നിട്ടാണോ? What? Everyone dropping like flies.
The Rocky Balboa of game developers, a perennial underdog who he keeps winning and fought tooth and nail till they reached the top and didn't stop there. But the reason behind
One op 4 remaining.
so admired, trusted, and respected is because they were damn good at what they did. 1996, Mike Harrington and Gabe Newell peace out from Microsoft and invest a few $1 million to form their own game studio. 1998, Valve comes out swinging, baby. Woo! Half-Life 1, baby. How you like that? Inspires the entire shooter genre to start writing actual stories and set a new standard for artificial intelligence, showing off how NPCs could uniquely respond and interact with the player.
Excuse me, but I'm rather busy. I want to eat a bunch of noodles.
Millennium. Valve releases an unknown gem that I think only 20 people have ever played. Counter-Strike! But instead of single player, this time they revolutionize multiplayer shooters and usher in the era of one of the most popular video games of all time, setting the stage for esports and competitive gaming to become the billion-dollar titan it is today. 2004, Crowbar Attack 2 launches, and somehow Mr. Krabs
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
just how innovative and fun messing around comes out roughly the same time.
Wow! അതൊരു വൃത്തിയായിട്ട കില്ലായിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഗെയിം. ആരെയും കാക്കാൻ എടുക്കുമായിരിക്കും. പിക്ക് ചെയ്തോ? എത്ര പെട്ടെന്ന് മെലൂസി തന്നെ എടുക്കാം.
Creating the subgenre of hero shooters with Team Fortress 2, hooking it up Madden style with Half-Life 2, both episodes, and get people to realize.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
Loading the magazine.
Tenant set. Benchy is ready.
Down to 10 seconds.
Doorway barricaded!
5 seconds to insertion.
Set the Benchy.
Paying my trump card.
Every major title they put out either broke trends or set each one
Putting on a show.
and interact with video games. Valve got all the right items and had perfect positioning in early and mid-game, establishing a firm dominance on the PC market.
Reloading!
In recent years, is seeing more competition. Valve would go
എല്ലാവരെയും മുറി ലാഭാവും എല്ലാവർക്കും.
to their fan base that any other at the time.
Do you want to protect your ringo? Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Emails each time we release a game. While I can't respond to all of them, I do.
Op 4, last operator standing. You have been spotted. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Hey, let's go, Melusi. Okay, defense and match point. I feel sad. അപ്പുറത്ത് രണ്ടുപേരുണ്ട്. What? Norix. In the bullshit, right? Okay, Mazi edukka.
Nobody stays in the same place forever except that kind elderly lady that bags her groceries at Safeway who wish she could just retire but
Just see.
she can't. But to understand
He ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കിയൊരു
Ready to
സമ്മതിക്കില്ല.
eliminate hostiles.
എന്ത് മാപ്പ്? What the fuck? എനിക്കൊന്നും മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ല.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds.
Faster than a falcon's wing.
ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ ഒരു പെസ്റ്റ് ലോഞ്ചർ ഇട്ട് നടക്കുക. പിടിക്കൂ.
Op 4, last operator standing.
ഓ അതൊരു ഹീ ഹീ മൊമെന്റ് തന്നെ. ഓ അതൊരു ഹീ ഹീ മൊമെന്റ് തന്നെ. ലെറ്റ്സ് ഗോ പുണ്യരാമായണം ട്രിപ്പ്. ഐ മീൻ കന്നഡ മാത്രം. ഞാനൊരു ഹീ ഹീ പണ്ട് മുതലേ. ഓക്കെ ഹോപ്പ്ഫുള്ളി ഓക്കെ ബാറ്റിൽ പാസ് 10 ലെറ്റ്സ് ഗോ ക്വിറ്റ് 1 ലെവൽ പെർ ഡേ മതി. ഓ സോ ആക്ച്വലി അപ്പോൾ പോയിന്റ് കിട്ടുന്ന അനുസരിച്ചാണല്ലേ ബാറ്റിൽ പാസിൻ്റെ ഇത് കൂടുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ എനിക്ക് 3 ആൽഫ പാക്ക് ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ ഗ്രേറ്റ് എന്തായിരിക്കും ആക്ച്വലി 10 കിട്ടുമെന്ന് തുറക്കാം. അതായിരിക്കും നല്ലത്. ഒരു ത്രില്ല് കാണും. ഓക്കെ എനിക്കപ്പോൾ അറ്റാക്കേഴ്സ് ആണോ വേണ്ട ഡിഫൻഡേഴ്സ് ആണോ വേണ്ട? എനിക്ക് അറ്റാക്കറാണ് വേണ്ടത്. ഞാൻ മാവറിക്കിനാണ് കൺഫേം. ലോ ഗ്യാങ് ബില്ല്. എനിവേസ് അടുത്തതപ്പോൾ ആരോ വാങ്ങണം. പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് എന്നൊക്കെ എഴുതി വെച്ചിരിക്കണ്. ഓ ഡിസ്കൗണ്ടഡ് പ്രൈസ്. ഓക്കെ സോ ഗ്രിഡ് ലോക്ക് മോസി ഉണ്ട്. എനിക്ക് ആക്ച്വലി ഇവരെ ഒരാളെ വാങ്ങിയാൽ കൊള്ളായിരുന്നു. പുല്ല് അല്ല ബക്കുണ്ട്, വാൽക്കറി ഉണ്ട്, നോക്കുണ്ട്, മോസി ഉണ്ട്. പോയോ കാളി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഓക്കെ അടുത്തത് ഇത് വാങ്ങാം. മമായി വാങ്ങാം. ഫോറക്സ് ഉണ്ട്, ഇത് വാങ്ങാം. എനിവേസ് എന്തായാലും വിട്, ഡസന്റ് മാറ്റർ. Exit to desktop. Yes. Now I play some Valorant, I hope.
This post also says
I'll play some Valorant. Okay.
Employee stated that the company would never make another single-player game because they weren't worth the effort.
I put these financial projections together and try to pitch them internally. Be like, hey, with marketing prowess and budget,
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, രണ്ട് anime വന്നു. രണ്ടെണ്ണം വന്നു. കണ്ടു തീർക്കല്ലേ? പോണം. ഓ, നാളെ ഓഫീസിലും പോണം. ആളിയാ എൻ്റെ മോനെ. after L.
The problem with a company with no defined job titles or explicit seniority is that there is still seniority, but it is invisible.
മലയാളം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ മൊത്തം ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ആണല്ലേ. Anyways, let's see. വാലറന്റിൽ ഡെയിലീസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ മറ്റേ ഡെയിലി അത് ആക്ച്വലി ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ലെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. കാരണം എനിക്ക് കളക്ട് അല്ലല്ല. ഓ നെവർ മൈൻഡ്, ഞാൻ അൺലോക്ക് ചെയ്തല്ലേ.
Another former Valve employee, Jerry Ellsworth, was fired in 2013 following a mass layoff that she said forever changed the company for the worse. She gave an in-depth interview on Tyler McVicker's channel, and in it she says when Valve fires someone, they offer a severance package in exchange for them signing an NDA that prevents them from speaking publicly about their time at Valve, be it positive or negative. You're fired. Get out. Here's some money. Don't ever run your mouth again. I imagine the NDA is why we see so many people come out anonymously. She also reiterated that there was a hidden management team behind the scenes. I don't think Valve's problem is necessarily with the flat structure. It's proven it can work in the past with small groups, but Valve is no longer a small company. So the traditions and methods they cling to are effectively neutering their artistic growth and creative expression. It does kind of seem like the culture of Valve has been contaminated. With so many people working on different projects, the core values they used to have don't seem to be shared across the board. Another ex-Valve employee, Jeff Geldreich, said that Valve's payments were heavily based on incentive bonuses. Basically, chaos is a ladder and every employee's trying to climb it. And with their hands-off approach, this led to, quote, some particularly nasty devs who would do everything they can to lead you down blind alleys or just give you bad information or bogus feedback to prevent you from doing something that could make you look good. So that's pretty fucked up. Jeff said that Valve higher-ups would hold your bonus hostage or claim your work as their own, and that it was basically
company legalized extortion.
Now, as I'll talk about later, Valve is not above extortion of its employees or its fans. So I really don't know if they deserve the benefit of the doubt
Sorry
here.
for the
Now, when looking at all these statements from ex-Valve
Anyways,
employees, I noticed one thing. Every single post came out after 2011, which leads me to believe there was a huge shift in the company's culture.